Hello and welcome to Argonaut High School, where the visiting Summerville Bears are just about to face off against the Argonaut Mustangs on the Mustangs' home turf. Who will come out on top? Who will take the lead first? Find out next on NorCal Sports TV. The Argonaut Mustangs JV team just defeated the JV team of the Summerville Bears 23-6. You can go back and watch that anytime on demand on NorCal Sports TV. But for right now, it's the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp pregame show. I'm Levi Flores, and by my side is my dad, Justin Flores. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you, Levi. The Friday night lights are shining bright in Argonaut High School. Looking forward to a great gridiron matchup here with the Bears and the Mustangs.
The Black and Orange coming into the game 3-2 overall. They lost their first game to Waterford 35-28, and then they lost their second game to Houston 8-6. But they did make a strong stance. Houston is always a very tough team. In Summerville, going into that one, head quarterback Braylon Leveros was the main player that really made the difference in the game to only lose by 2, and losing is never a good thing, but 2 points against the Houston team. What do you think?
Oh my goodness, you go up against the Huskies and you nearly take them out like that? Yeah, that means something. That means something to you as a team. That's the reason why teams like Summerville, Sonora, a lot of Motherlode League teams, they will face off against the bigger, we call them bigger schools, meaning they've got more players to, more students to choose from. They have programs with longevity, and we play those teams in the preseason, hopefully for a win, of course, for overall record. But one of the things it does, it prepares you for the smaller teams that you will face later on in your own league.
So Summerville started off 0-2, but right after that, they are now on a 3-game winning streak, beating Big Valley Christian at Big Valley Christian, beating Stone Ridge Christian at Stone Ridge Christian, and then beating Amador at Amador. 3 away games, 3 victories, and big wins, so to speak, too. 42-7, 28-8, then 20-6 last week, where Leveros and Frankenstein were not playing, as Cribbs was the one to take that quarterback position for the first time. They decided to try something new, and Jordan Cribbs leading the team to a 20-6 victory.
The depth chart has 3 possible quarterbacks. That says something, and to be 1-0 in the Motherlode League, taking out Amador first, they come into this game, of course, undefeated on top of the Motherlode League.
And Leveros back in action, the starting quarterback once again facing this tough Argonaut team, and we will take a look at them next on the NCS TV Summer Camp pregame show.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun.
Meeting new people, making new friends.
The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
A bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game. It's the NCS TV Summer Camp pregame show on NorCal Sports TV. Live from Argonaut High School, the varsity team's now about to face off just about 5 minutes before they do kick off. Still yet to find out who will be receiving, who will be kicking. But it's time to look at the Argonaut Mustangs varsity team, 5-2 with a state rank of 341. Plenty of high schools in California, but a rank of 341. compared to the Summerville Bears 548, and this is one of the best Summerville teams we've seen in a long time. If you're familiar with the Motherlode League, you have to get rid of everything you know about it, because this year it's completely flipped upside down. Sonora not doing very well, Amador not doing very well, and Argonaut and Summerville taking those ranks and going higher than Sonora and Amador.
And Argonaut a week ago beating Calaveras, which is usually a big team in the Motherlode League, right? Is that what I'm...
Absolutely. Calaveras, one of those higher teams as well, always having that running offense where they go left, they go right. You don't know where they're going, but they ended up scoring. But, I mean, that's how Calaveras usually does, and they're on one of those lower ranks as well in the Motherlode League.
Motherlode League is one of those leagues that, because the teams and the coaches that choose those off-season, the preseason teams that we were talking about, those bigger teams, each team grows each year. It's almost like the AFC West in the NFL. You don't know who's going to be on top. Is it Kansas City? Is it Oakland? Who's it going to be? San Diego this time around. You know, it's like who's going to be on top.
And by Oakland, you mean, of course,
or Las Vegas. That's true. Las Vegas. You know,
a lot of people are very mad about that, but they're there.
I forgot about that. You're right. I still call them the LA Raiders because I grew up in LA when they were there. Now, Summerville and Argonaut have a common factor in the fact that they both played Big Valley Christian, and they both won big against Big Valley.
Absolutely. Argonaut, will look at them first, 55-7. Go over to Summerville, 42-7. So they both allowed 7 points from the Big Valley Christian Lions. Although, who had the better offense? Was it Argonaut or Summerville? And on the paper, you of course assume Argonaut because they had 2 more possessions where they scored, but the paper isn't always correct, even though the numbers do say so.
Right. So what we're saying here as a matchup, if both these teams come out playing like they have in the past against the teams that they've beaten and got to this point, it's going to be more or less a chess match between the coaches picking the right plays to get past each other's defense and so on.
Now looking through the schedule for Argonaut all the way through, starting all the way back on August 28th, 1 week before Summerville had their first game. They played Union Mine out of El Dorado, and they lost 27-22, so a 5-point loss there. Then the next week they went over to Houston, where they lost 37-14, so another common opponent, but Summerville did better against that Houston team, which is a big factor. Riverbank, a win, 48-2. Franklin, 48-0. Mendota, 41-7. And then Calaveras and Big Valley Christian, 35-0, 35-7. 5 straight victories for them, 3 straight for Summerville. Somebody's going to get their first loss in about 3 weeks.
You're getting me pretty excited here. I can't wait for kickoff.
Absolutely. The captain's out on the field right now. Some players to look for from Argonaut is Davis, the senior quarterback. He has 34 of 51 attempts completed, 724 yards on the season. So 724 yards, not a lot through 7 games. So probably a lot of running that we'll see from the Argonaut side. But, of course, if you are a Summerville Bears fan, Braylon Leveros back at the helm and all his targets out there, Dean Tremoloni, Corey Ketchum, Wyatt Frankenstein, all these guys, Tommy Warfield, Kai Elkins, every single name on this roster can be labeled as a target, even some of the offensive linemen who have some hands as well. But you know what they can do. You've seen what they can do. Even Leon Tippett, who's a big defensive player, has taken offensive snaps when they were at Big Valley Christian.
That's right.
He scored a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage, and you could also go back and watch that on demand on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, Leon Tippett has had some big games for the Bears, and that's all it's going to take is one of those players who they haven't watched film on to come out and have a big game for either team and surprise the other.
Argonaut will receive the kickoff from the Summerville Bears, which means the Bears get it at the start of the second half. Join us for the national anthem next on NorCal Sports TV.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tulloch to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears! Benton.
Argonaut receiving the first half kickoff once again, and one thing we know about the Bears as well is they start off playing just as well as what the other team is playing. So if the Mustangs come out and do very well, expect the Bears to do the same thing. But if the Mustangs come out and they give it up on a 3 and out, maybe expect the Bears to do the same thing too, but eventually in the second half is where they really get their gears going and then get the ball back and do what they know how to do.
Yeah, it'd be nice if both teams just came out running and gunning from the get-go because they both want this bad. They realize every game now for the Motherlode League with just a few teams that you have to play to place in within your league, every game is just as important as the previous one.
If you join me in the JV game against these two teams, you know the name Clinton Fage, and he did a lot for the Argonaut Mustangs JV team. He had 2 touchdowns, back-to-back offensive plays on 2 runs, one 22-yarder, then one 94-yard run. And so those back-to-back ones were pretty insane for the JV team. But guess what? He has a brother, and his name is Randy Fage, number 12, one of the leading receivers for the Argonaut Mustangs.
Oh, boy. Boy, I tell you, that kid was in beast mode in that JV game and taking those big runs. And so I'm looking forward to seeing if Big Brother brings it to the house as well.
And Randy Fage, number 12, same number as his brother Clinton. He has only 8 receptions on the year, but with Argonaut not being a passing offense, that's quite a bit. The third most receptions, but also the second most yards on 104, averaging 14.9 a reception, which is pretty big, but most of the time I assume that he gets down a lot more, but some of those were stopped short.
Yeah, in other words, when they pass to him, he's going to catch it, and he's going to get some yards.
Absolutely, and this is the first time that the Summerville Bears are being broadcast on NorCal Sports TV since all the way back at Big Valley on September 17th, so thank you for joining me, Levi Flores, and my dad, Justin, here at Argonaut High School as Dean Tremoloni kicking off for the Bears. Receiving at the 16 is number 11, Josiah Sanders, who's a big player for the Mustangs. He's taken down at the 32.
Nice 16-yard pickup on the kickoff return, but some flags were thrown very quickly. And a holding call against Argonaut's going to bring it back a little bit.
So the Mustangs taking it back from the 32. I believe that will be placed now at the 27-yard line, if my math serves me correct. It will not. They're actually going to take it back 10 yards, so it'll be starting at the 22 for the Mustangs. Still decent field position that we've seen tonight. The JV teams didn't start that well on the field, but now it's a different game. It's varsity.
A lot of misdirection in their offense. Counter options. You'll see a lot here tonight from the Mustangs.
Mustangs starting off in the pistol. It's a tailback up the middle, and he gains a few yards, just enough to make the Bears defense say, hey, we got to stop him a little bit sooner than that.
Yeah, very nice blocking scheme to get 6 yards on first down. You'll watch that right guard there and that man that was running in motion picking him up. Just literally falling behind your man, he'll get you the yardage.
And that was number 14, Caleb McElfish, who has 3 different positions listed on the roster. That's running back, strong safety, and offensive linebacker. He's a 6-foot senior, and he's going to do a lot in this game for Argonaut. Back in the pistol, man in motion right to left. Man in motion gets it, and there almost to stop him was number 58, Ruben Herrera. But down the left sideline, dodging a tackle, and finally going out in Bears territory is number 15, Kobe Elkhart.
I know it's an old cliche, but when you talk about putting on the afterburners when you see a runner, this is what we're talking about. Slides past one, and once he gets to the outside, there's an afterburner. I'm out of here.
1, 2, and 3 different defenders it took before he was able to get stopped out of bounds. And looking back, once again, Ruben Herrera busted through the offensive line, nearly got him in the backfield, but unfortunate as they get all the way down to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they knew the play. They called it, just couldn't quite pull it off.
Right up the middle, quarterback keeper. He gains about 7, fighting for more, and that's going to look close to a first down for the Mustangs. And the referee signals to move the chains at the 41-yard line for Argonaut now.
3 plays, 37 yards so far for the Argonaut Mustangs. Gaining huge yards right now to start this match.
As you see, a lot of running like we mentioned in the pregame show. Their leading rusher right now, number 11, Sanders. He has 34 carries for 335 yards, an average of 9.9 yards a carry. Looking to throw for the first time over the hands of number 12, Randy Fage, who we made such a big deal about, and this time it was in his hands and he didn't catch that one. One more look at it here.
Quick pass just out of reach of his right hand. He really wanted that one bad.
Ketchum and Egger there on the defensive end would have been the first two players to get to him. But the first passing play, incomplete for the JV game. Their first passing play resulted in a touchdown. Looking good for the Bears if you compare them to that. Run up the gut for a gain of 4.
Little fullback dive there. You're going to see a lot of misdirection from Argonaut. They like to go counter. They like to use everybody on the field, and they run a lot. They put a lot in motion. And it's all about conditioning. They have a lot going on now. Hopefully they ate their Wheaties to sustain them through 4 quarters.
3rd and long for the Mustangs. Davis in the pistol. 3 receivers to the left side. Short pass. And he's taken down before the line of scrimmage. So 4th and even longer for the Mustangs now.
Egger, one of the first to meet him and get the tackle. Great on the quick short pass to the left side. They wanted to do was get him to that outside and run quick, but number 13 was quick there, Egger.
And the Mustangs now have a decision, and it looks like their decision is to put a whole new team on the field for the punt. And back to punt for them is number 32, Braden Welch, also listed as a quarterback and a cornerback, 5'10" senior, kicking from his own 45 and back deep for the Bears at the 10-yard line is no other than the running back, Kai Elkins. Burciaga trying to bust through the line, can't do so. And Elkins will not receive it. He will let it bounce, and it drops at the 5. So the Bears in tough starting position as the Mustangs keep that one at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, but Argonaut had a couple of big runs. They went 3 plays, almost 39 yards to start their first series and put some kind of a little bit of fear in Summerville before they started putting the kibosh and causing an incomplete pass, even the short pass for a quick tackle. So it took a couple of plays, but Argonaut was really coming out gunning to start this one.
We mentioned the records of both of these teams, but what we didn't mention is the league aspect of it. Both of them 1-0 as Argonaut beat Calaveras and Summerville beating Amador last week. More league games to come. A pitch to Elkins, and he gets maybe a yard, trying to just get a little breathing room for the Bears as they're very close to their own goal line. Do not want to find themselves in their own end zone. See him there, and that was not Elkins, that was Egger getting a lot more offensive plays than what we've seen in weeks prior. And yes, it's only one offensive play, but that's a lot more than what he's got on the offense in the weeks prior. Here they go again. Leveros in the pistol. It's Elkins, and he's met at the line for another gain of nothing.
Yeah, that Argonaut defense pretty strong, stepping up. They're looking for that handoff, knowing where they're going, almost as if they're reading the plays of Summerville so far, at least on the first 2 plays. They were ready for that.
The Mustangs, when they hand off, usually go around the outsides, but the Bears, they can do that, but they don't have more speed than the Argonaut defense. So if you do that, you have to be very careful. If you don't get around the edge, you're going to be met in the backfield, and in this position, maybe in the end zone. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, in the pistol again. Leveros keeping it in trouble, rolling right, throws over the top, in and out of the hands, falling incomplete to make it 4th down.
Quick 3 and out for the Bears. It's a nice look. Leveros put a little bit of pepper on that pass.
And it was Kai Elkins, the intended receiver, so he gets stopped again. 4th down, it's going to be Leveros to punt.
And punting deep from his end zone.
This is trouble territory. We have seen failed snaps on punts and special teams. Hopefully they can put this one right into Leveros' hands so he gets a nice good boot. Here's the snap. A nice one to Leveros, and he has the time to kick it, dropping at about the 43 and picked up by the Mustangs and taken down deep by Logan Slater, finding the punt returner near midfield.
Argonaut will have decent field position, but if it wasn't for that tackle, they could have had better position. Wonderful stop on the special teams for Summerville, stopping the run quick.
Colby Eckhart was the punt returner, and he's dropped down just inside the Bears territory. So they have under 50 yards to go, about 48 to be exact. 1st and 10 for them.
Well, we said on paper it could be a chess match between the coaches, picking the right play to gain yardage for each team. Both teams having their own possession here in the first quarter, doing nothing so far.
Handoff to Eckhart, finding his way right side, and a huge hit by Slater and number 50. Don't have a number 50 on our roster, but he did it. He made the tackle. He stopped the play.
Yeah, good call. Number 21, there he was again. He's hungry. He wants to stop it. Quickly there. Wonderful play. A loss of a yard.
2nd and almost 12, in between a yard and 2 yards, nearing that midfield line. Coming out of the game for the Mustangs is Mateo Flores, a running back. He's a junior player, so with him coming off the field, be aware of what the Mustangs can do at this point. And the umpire looking.
Some of the cars have their car lights on. An interesting, wonderful setup here at Argonaut. Cars get to park around the horn and watch the game from their cars.
Like a drive-in movie theater,
yes,
but for football.
Yeah, and in the past, the
ball's on the ground. Bears fighting for it. Bears calling that they have it. Looking for the official call, and there it is. Bears ball at midfield. Great job by the Bears defense, stopping one for a loss of 2, then forcing the fumble, which I don't even think they got the hand on it, but the ball came out, and the Bears able to jump on it first. See the ball coming out there just in between the legs, and I think number 58 was the one who got it, Ruben Herrera. That's his second big play.
Yeah, wonderful. So now Summerville from midfield. I was going to mention back in the day, that's how they were able to watch this game at night. The cars would come and light it up, and that was their lights.
Bears back in the offensive possession. In the pistol, Leveros, bootleg right side, looking deep. He has Cribbs, and it's in and out of the hands. The stop by number 12, Randy Fage. Once again, Randy Fage with another big stop for the Mustangs.
Leveros took maybe a second and a half too long to release that ball. Cribbs was open for a good 3 seconds. By the time Leveros saw him and put the foot to it, just hung in there a little too long to get there, and Cribbs came up limping after that play.
Still limping, finding his way to the left side. They have Trips in the slot left side. And then on the right, they have Kyle Curran, who's actually going to go off to the bench. So Trips left side, one to the right. Leveros handing it off to Elkins up the gut. Huge hole, finding his way for 9 yards. Kai Elkins, the junior running back who took over for Nick Veach a number of years ago when he got hurt on the field, making the statement years later. I remember talking to Nick Veach actually right after he got injured in the game against Calaveras. The year was 2019. And Nick said, Kai Elkins, he still has a lot of room to grow. He's not fully developed yet. And when he does get into his later years, he's really going to be a bull pushing through that line. And now here's Leveros, who gets the first down and plenty more. Both teams fighting inside the 30, moving the Bears' way. And down inside the 30 this time. Leveros with the quarterback keep.
So far, Summerville coaches on this drive after 3 plays are picking the plays that are needed to move the ball because the team has started to click. I mean, that was Elkins with a lead block, giving Leveros a lot of extra room, and then Leveros not stopping his feet, staying with it. I like that.
Elkins again up the gut, and he's taken down at the 25 for a gain of 4.
Coaches have to be getting excited about what they're seeing as the team is starting to click now. Lead blocks, side blocks.
Quickly back up to the line, Leveros. Remember, first game back after they let Jordan Cribbs take the head, and Kai Elkins staying on his feet, dodging tackles, and being taken down finally at the line of scrimmage. But Leveros staying in that pistol position, plenty of options. You do not want to see a quarterback like Braylon Leveros in the pistol where they have an option to run it themselves, give it to a running back, throw it, or scramble. I mean, there's 4 options there for Braylon Leveros, and he's a magician. He can do anything on the field. He could make the ball appear where he wants it and disappear where he wants you to not see it.
Yeah, right.
And a timeout by the Mustangs. Good news for the Bears as they're reaching near the red zone with 5 minutes left in the first quarter on NorCal Sports TV.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
After the Mustang timeout, it leaves the Bears at 3rd and about 7. A quick pitch to Kai Elkins for a first down and more inside the 15. Braylon Leveros, a quick little pitch, and what do I say? A magician. He just makes things go from here to there, and it led to a first down.
And a misdirection play, which is a little taste of Argonaut's medicine because they like to do a lot of that. The fact that he had that option and to pitch to Elkins threw off that defensive line. They didn't even see him blast through the hole. Linebackers had to pick him up.
And good news for Bears fans, Jordan Cribbs back out on the field in another car with their lights on trying to leave right now, the high school. I don't know why they're trying to leave. This is one of the best games that both of these teams has probably played. And here's another look at that run from Kai Elkins that stopped him for the 3rd and 7. Back on the field, 2 receivers both sides, Leveros in the pistol with Kai Elkins right behind him.
Good to see Cribbs out there. Probably just a little cramp after that long run and complete pass earlier.
Elkins moving left side, trying to get around the edge, inside the 10 and being pushed out at the 6. Another big gain for the junior running back, Kai Elkins.
Yeah, I like the run by Elkins and the heads-up play, as you're saying. He looks up the field. He tries to see where he can probably get on the outside, maybe cut back in the inside. And you see right here after that tackle, looking up, after seeing 3 Mustangs barreling down on him, going to the outside, and here they are, threatening to score. Bears, the first time here tonight.
They will play from the left hash, and on the far right side is Dean Trimoloni, and he comes in close right next to Wyatt Frankenstein. In motion left to right is Egger. Leveros with the keeper, finding a big hole, end zone, touchdown, Summerville. First points on the board in the game, and it belongs to the quarterback, Braylon Leveros.
Man, the hole that they opened up for him on that play. Leveros could have probably ran for 50-plus yards if they ran that play in midfield. Look at here. Look at that hole. You see that beautiful camera work there by Becky, getting the shot that we needed to see.
And here comes the extra point attempt from Dean Trimoloni. And it's high, and it's through the uprights to make it 7-0. Your Summerville Bears up over the Argonaut Mustangs on NorCal Sports TV.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362.
The Summerville Bears striking first against Argonaut on the Mustangs' home field, 7-0, and the Mustangs returning the kick, trying to do something for themselves as a big wrap-up from Julian Pimentel, one of the big, I believe, 3-year varsity players, taking him down at the 30.
26-yard run back for the kick returner, but the Summerville Bears, 8 plays, 50 yards for that TD on the Leveros run for the touchdown. And the extra point to go up 7-0. I gave credit to Becky, the camera gal. It was the cutest one on the market, but it was Claude the Bod's camera that actually showed it. So good job, Claude. Thank you for the great coverage on that Leveros run.
Mustangs take a run up the gut, and a good one as they gain about 5, but being swallowed up by a pack of Bears. 6 guys taking down the one Mustang, and that's what's needed to make sure that they don't want to run it.
Now back to seriousness here with Argonaut, now with the ball being down 7-0. I'm not sure they have been down in any of the close games that they've won as far as in big wins. And here they are on their home field in a Mother Lode League matchup, probably the 2 top teams right now facing one another.
4-man rush for the defense. Can't get through that line, and another handoff as the O-line pushes through for the running back, but there's no hole open, so he only gains about 2. Let's take another look at that.
Yeah.
You watch 4-man rush for the Bears, but the offensive line just trying to stop them from getting in. Watch this here. No hole is open, and you see Robert Berciaga take him down.
Yeah, that misdirection, this is something that Argonaut's going to do. You're going to see the 2 guys in the wings move. I mean, I'm not surprised they didn't throw a flag there because both of them were moving just prior to the snap, and if they're not careful, they're going to get called for some procedure calls here. That was really close for Argonaut, but here's their bread and butter plays. This is their formations. They like to do this. They'll run different plays, and they'll like to do misdirections, try to find holes in the outside and the inside.
Handoff going around the right side. He does get the first down, and being taken down by him is Corey Ketchum and Logan Slater.
So Summerville Bears have shut them down 2 plays in a row on the middle and the inside. Now they're going to go outside with that misdirection man in motion, and look what they get.
And that's Josiah Sanders, another senior player and the leading rusher as well. We talked about him earlier, averaging 10 yards a gain, but being stopped only for 5 that time. The Bears always in a similar defensive position. They have a 4-man rush, but then they have the 4 guys and then 3, whether they're playing safety or a corner position. And if you guys jump that time, and it will be on the Bears. So 5 yards forward, 1st and 5, and we always know when it's 1st and 5, the team usually goes deep down the field or tries to make a big play. What do you think here?
Well, that could be possible. I know right now they just want to get downfield and maybe even get another first down conversion. It doesn't look like they're going to do anything special, but set up in their play that they had planned on.
Straight down the middle and a huge gain for the Mustangs. It's Caleb McElfish. He had 1 carry earlier. If we take another look at that one, there is nothing there to stop him and his blocker straight up the gut. You see him there.
Yeah, great offensive blocking schemes, and of course running the play as it was designed. This offensive line of Argonaut is meant for smash mouth football. Misdirections, total options. You've got everybody, 1 guy in motion, and just about everybody available. Here's your 1 wide receiver on the far out, who is also capable of making some big yards.
Hands it off to the tight end, who is moving from left to right, and he swallowed up after a 5-yard gain. And now you called Sonora High Wildcat football for plenty of years. You know that Argonaut is running a similar formation to Sonora, but what do you compare them to here? Is it similar to Sonora, and what are they doing right? What are they doing wrong?
Sonora ran a lot of fullback dives left and right. You'll see that a lot of inside. They have big blockers up front. Argonaut with the misdirections, a lot of counter. You don't see a lot of counter in the Sonora. Well, I haven't seen a Sonora game in a long time and followed them closely, but the counter options, this option where the quarterback can turn and burn. He's got 3 guys that he has an opportunity to give to.
Handoff to the left side. He finds a big hole. Can the Bears get to him? At the 10, end zone, touchdown Argonaut. Answering right back in the first quarter to put 6 points on the board. And that's number 15, Colby Eckhart. 3 plays for him tonight and making it big for that touchdown.
And it was that misdirection. That quarterback, he puts the ball up in the air, he spins, hands off. I mean, they know who they're going to go to on every play. The one thing about the Wildcat offense you were talking about earlier is the fact that there's a lot of options for the quarterback. In this scheme, they kind of know who they're going to go to. They know 15 as you're on the move. The quarterback throws the ball in the air or fakes the toss in the air. That was a great play.
And the PAT is through the uprights to tie it up at 7s with just over a minute left in the first quarter. Don't go away. It's NorCal Sports TV.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
It is a tie game at the home of the Mustangs. The Bears scoring first, putting 7 on the board, and now the Argonaut Mustangs. Colby Eckhart running all the way down the left side for about 45 yards. What do you say?
Yeah, well, 6 plays total on 69 yards for that touchdown to tie it up, and that was about a 37-yard run for the young man.
And this kick, another big boot inside the 10, and taking it back is Jordan Cribbs, who limped off the field earlier, back in it, making that one down to the 30. So about a 23-yard return for Jordan Cribbs, and he's also a big receiver for the Bears. One deep pass to him earlier resulted in an incomplete as Randy Fage was able to be there on the defensive end and stop him. But be aware of him. Jordan Cribbs is one of the best receivers that Summerville has this season, and he's not going anywhere. He's going to be out there every play, and he's going to do everything he can to get the ball down the field.
Summerville Bears need to put another series together here.
Man in motion right to left. It's Egger. And Egger takes a huge hit after a gain of 3.
For a second, I'm not sure Argonaut knew who had the ball, but if it wasn't for that cornerback out on the wing there, seeing that Egger had it.
I looked down for just a half second, and I thought Kai Elkins had it, so I was in the same boat, but Egger able to get around that right edge for a gain of a few. 2nd and 7, Leveros back in the pistol. This time it's Kai Elkins. I'm right about that one as he gets near the first down, but it's going to be short by about 2 or 3.
Yeah, nice run, nice lead blocking. Right now, Summerville, whatever they're doing is working for them. They're getting good yards on the ground. A couple of yards to convert this 3rd down. They should be able to do that.
Live on NorCal Sports TV right now is Monte Vista at Amador Valley, as well as Modesto at Turlock High if you want to watch more high school football. But thank you for joining us here at Argonaut High School tonight. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Summerville Bears looking to get a first down before the end of this. We'll see what they can do. Trips to the left side. Leveros hands it off to Elkins, and he is going to be very close to that line. One referee stopping him just about inches short, the other one right at the line. And that's the end of the first quarter. The Bears will still have it, but it's 4th down after the first quarter break here on NorCal Sports TV.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun.
Meeting new people, making new friends.
The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
7-7. It's the first possession back for the Bears as Leveros rushing through the middle, gaining that first down yardage and nearly 5 yards more on a quarterback sneak. A great job by Braylon Leveros, risking it at about their own 40-yard line, but getting the first down.
Yeah, wonderful play. I was wondering why they didn't do that when they only needed a 2.5 yards on the previous play, but I'm thankful that they came out to run it because I know Leveros can pick up 2 yards almost on every quarterback sneak.
And if you see that replay one more time, Braylon Leveros was in command with the center. The center moving left side and just going straight up as soon as he snapped it, which gave the hole, and the defense didn't even know it was snapped yet.
Good job on the offensive line once again.
Kai Elkins moving to the left, and he gets nothing, trying to get around that outside edge. We talked about it before. The Bears, they have speed, but the Argonaut defense just has more speed, so you can't really run those plays around the outside like this one.
And, of course, the tackle by Mr. Fage coming in there. I mean, he's their wide receiver beast, but when you're playing corner and you're kind of in that position there defensively, he's just looking upfield and finding the guy with the ball and said, tackle.
Shotgun formation this time. Elkins to Tremoloni, cutting his way left side, and that one works for a first down.
Boy, the reverse.
And a player down for the Mustangs, not looking good for him.
Oops. Beautiful reverse play for the Bears here, as you see. Completely catching the defense off guard. Of course, Fage was there again on the tackle for Mustangs.
Elkins again left side. He gets a few yards, and on that previous play too, Braylon Leveros, after he handed it off to Kai Elkins, made a block on the left side of the field because he knew Dean Tremoloni was going to be coming back as well. But that one, Kai Elkins, you see him only get a few yards. And the injured player on the previous play now coming out, that's number 27, Austin Brooks. How they didn't see that he was injured before, I have no idea. But now finally coming out, hopefully he gets the help he needs to get right back in the game if he can.
Maybe just got a little Charlie horse there.
And he was actually the player that Braylon Leveros blocked for Dean Tremoloni to have that lane down the left side. Two receivers on both sides. No, Frankenstein's going to switch from right to left. Trips to the left side. We've seen this before, and it was a passing play. And it is here, too. Bootleg to the right. Leveros in trouble. Two defenders there. Looking to take it himself. And he gets 2 or 3 yards on the gain, but running maybe about 30 yards in total.
No kidding. Man, I'll tell you, I wasn't sure exactly what they were planning on doing. Looking downfield, he had Tremoloni at one point kind of open there. He also had number 11, Cribbs, but deciding to keep the ball and run, nearly got a first down out of it.
Now playing from that right hash, only 1 yard away on third down. Back in the pistol. Splitting two receivers. In motion. Elkins up the gut. And Judges signaling to move the chains for another first down for Summerville.
All right, he got the first down. Bursiaga's been one of the lead blockers for those guys when they get out there. Bursiaga, of course, working that inside, working that outside. And he's getting tossed around because they're kind of marking him. And he's the guy that they're expecting to kind of help with that lead block wherever they're running on them, whatever side they are.
We talked about J.T. Egger getting a few plays on the offensive end very early on, but here is Logan Slater for a gain. He hasn't had a lot of offensive plays either. As it goes later on in the season, during practices, during games, they just give a little option. They say, here, have a little taste of the running back position. Have a little taste of the receiver position. And like last week, Cribbs, here's a little taste of the quarterback position. They do that and they go, wow, that was amazing on your first time. Let's just keep feeding you a little more and a little more every week until they're hungry. And Logan Slater does something like that.
Definitely running a lot of options in this game, that's for sure.
Leveros with a keeper up the gut, and that's good for another first down. Move the chains on down to the 25.
Splitting and opening up the defense by putting the wideouts, 4 of them out there. That was a design play. Leveros knew he was going to run with it the entire time.
And they're going to actually mark him 2 yards shy, even though he did fight for that. You see it clearly there, 1 yard past the 25, which is good enough for the first down, but the referee signals for 3rd and 1. Leveros and Elkins talking there, and Elkins is going to move to his left. Remember what happened here last time. They had the option left to right and then pitching it back over. Leveros keeping it himself. That's definitely a first down that time, and he gets down to the 20.
Things are clicking for the Bears. They're talking to one another. It looks like they're running some audibles out there, putting a man in motion, an option like in Logan Slater, as you said, the junior coming into the game, getting a shovel pass once, making some plays. This could be surprising Argonaut tonight because, again, we talk about the depth chart and the options that the Summerville Bears have on their team. When everybody's healthy and everybody's working and running together, you can't stop this Bear team. It's a great run for them right here.
High red zone for the Bears. They usually like to take a chance when they're about this distance away, but Kai Elkins will have a run for nothing there. 2nd and 10 now.
That's just one of the typical Bear plays there, and, of course, Argonaut's always waiting for that one. What has been working is this little bit of option, a little bit of difference than what we've seen with the Bears.
He did fight for it, too. He broke the one tackle in the backfield, tried to push through, but when there's no hole, you can't get through. That's just physics. Here they go in the gun this time for Leveros. 2 wideouts on the right. Leveros in some trouble. Short pass right side. It's Elkins. He's good for 5, fighting for more. And the difference between some of the previous plays for Summerville and that one is Leveros had wide outs, not slot receivers, not just receivers. He had wide outs, Cribbs on the left side, and then on the far right side, it was Dean Tremoloni. And that's a big difference because those slot receivers, they go from in to out or in straight. But then those out receivers, they never go to the outside because they're already out there.
4 yards needed to convert this third down. Bears really controlling the clock in the game right now.
And they have 2 wide outs again, as well as Frankenstein, who's the receiver off the left. Leveros in trouble, taking it himself. And he will be met there at the line for a gain of nothing, making it 4th and about 5.
Yeah, the Mustangs were sniffing that one out. They kind of knew that he was going to keep the ball in a sense. They left that one slot man on the left side kind of go and collapsed into the inside knowing that he was not going to pass it, almost as if they knew the play.
And the receivers knew as well. We saw Logan Slater, who was off the right side of the screen, kind of give up, even though he was a receiver going out for a reception. So here they are, 4th and 5. Another 4th down conversion for the Bears, if they can, and they will call a timeout before they get the opportunity. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half, tied at 7s.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tuolumne to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
All right.
The Bears on 4th and 5, knocking out the door to score, but most importantly, they just have to get the ball across the first down marker. Leveros alone in the backfield, looking to throw. Offensive line holding well for him, slips up in the backfield. In trouble, trying to get the ball out, but can't do so. Taken down at the 21-yard line finally. And he's a little slow to get up, but he's just fine. Mustangs take over at this point.
Probably one of the wisest things we could have seen from a quarterback in his position, wanting to probably get rid of it, looking for an open man, instead of just forcing it in there and hoping for a jump ball catch. He just took it down and takes the turnover on down. 16 plays, the Bears on that possession, taking the ball 70 yards downfield. Controlling and burning off a lot of clock time. Unfortunately, with the score tied now and Argonaut with the ball, offense has not been out there in a while.
There is 6 minutes left in the second quarter, which is plenty of time to go down and score, but the Bears defense has been stopping the Mustang offense every single play, but this time letting him go for a huge gain of about 9 yards.
Argonaut's going to want that outside. They're going to keep their little feet running.
Of course, I talk about the Bears defense stopping them as they let that one go, and they're going to call it a first down, moving the chains. But 6 minutes, that could either be the final score of the first half if they do go down and do that, or it'll leave some time for Summerville, and we've seen Summerville come back and score with only a few seconds or less than a minute that they have. And they do not want to go into the half down by any points.
Most of the players on the Bears offense are still warmed up because they also play defense, but they've been out on the field for quite a while.
There's a receiver out there for the Mustangs, and this one's a fake handoff to the right side, and he gets about 5 yards. A great fake by the quarterback there, going up and over, having the receiver on the left side, but the ball was actually behind him. One more look at it.
Takes dedication for quarterbacks to hold on to that ball, to throw that up like that, to throw the fakes, and to know who they're going to give it to, whether it's a pass or a handoff, and who's in motion and whatnot.
And a shout-out to the quarterback, of course, Bo Davis. Also plays the linebacker position, 5'11" senior out here controlling the Mustang team. Now under 5 minutes to go. Time ticking off the clock. Another handoff up the gut, and he's good, close to a first down. He's going to be just shy. So 3rd and about 1, and they're moving the chains on that one, even though the ball's not even there.
Kai Elkins with a big tackle there. We heard that all the way across the field here. Wyatt Frankenstein also on the tackle here, and the pads hitting with headsets on. We could hear that. Felt the impact.
Now from the 41, the Mustangs still in their own territory, but the time ticking off 1 minute and 40 seconds since they started their drive. Quarterback keeper up the gut. He gains 5 with his own running back pushing through in front of him.
Yeah, if they're getting 5-6 yards on first down, they're going to like this. They're going to want this run. They're going to want to continue to control the clock. Remember, they got to kick it off to start the second half. Summerville gets the ball. So the one thing Argonaut wants to do, if they're going to control the clock and control the game here, they're going to want to cap it with a score. And if you're getting 6 yards on every run like that, you're going to get there eventually. Already their 5th play of this drive coming up. They started from their 21.
Mateo Flores coming in for Josiah Sanders. Both running back positions, so be aware of number 44, Mateo Flores. He's off that left side as a tight end, moving from left to right, and there he is, getting the handoff, making his way right side, close to the first down. Still looks like he's not quite there, but the refs making the decision he is going to be short for 3rd and inches.
Sure did look like he got it, but maybe his knee came down just shy. The Bears defense need to wake up.
Exactly midfield, 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Another good handoff, and he will get the first down, but only by inches as well. Inches to go and only gained it by inches.
Yeah. Well, again, they got the first down. That's what they were hoping to do, but a lot of misdirection, a lot of razzle-dazzle there. I mean, that was just literally a fullback taking the dive, but you see how every single player on the offense moving, not stopping, and everybody not sure who exactly has the ball. And so good play for the quarterback, give that ball quick, and then to continue to appear like he still had it.
Flores off the field after those 2 running plays for him, and Josiah Sanders back out there, the leading rusher. Quarterback keeper rolling around the left side, Cribbs, and George Henderson with a big takedown. Was that a quarterback keeper? I missed the play. I was so confused. I saw 4 different players running for Argonaut. That was the first time that they really tricked me, and no, it was not. They actually handed off to the right tight end.
Well, they snapped it to number 23, and then he handed it off to 15. That's what this offense will do. A lot of misdirection you got to keep your eyes on.
Only a gain of 1 there, and Mateo Flores back in the game, switching out Sanders and Flores back-to-back, and it surprises me how Sanders is the leading rusher for this team, but they keep switching him out for Mateo Flores, who's not even in the top 5. Short pass left side. Trying to meet him is Kyle Curran. McElfish gets about 6.
Yeah, I like how the teams bring out players that we haven't seen. And to be able to use them and show that their skills, almost like with Summerville coming out with Slater, here tonight. Argonaut also has some depth chart arsenal in there.
Just looked up the stats here, and Sanders, the number 1 leading rusher for Argonaut, and then being switched out with Mateo Flores, who has done a lot for the Mustangs tonight. He is the 9th leading rusher. He only has 19 carries on the season, but he has 430 yards. Another quarterback keep by Davis. Big hole, and finally stripped down by number 11, Jordan Cribbs.
That was a big run for Argonaut. They needed that shot in the arm as we get near the 90-second mark here of the second quarter, putting that ball deep now and just a few yards away from hitting the red zone.
From the 29-yard line, 1.5 minutes remaining. If the Bears defense can hold them here, they may have to result in trying to kick a field goal.
13th play of the drive here coming up. They started from their 21 with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
1 receiver to the left side. Be aware of him. It's Randy Fage. Deep into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Argonaut. Josiah Sanders getting the pass reception from Bo Davis. Another 6 points on the board with just over a minute remaining before the half.
29-yard pass. Wow. Beautiful play. And Davis, of course, left-handed, moving to his left. That'll throw off defenses when you have a southpaw thrower. And to the advantage of Argonaut, big touchdown.
Jesse Flores, the 6-foot senior kicker, looking to make it 14-7, and he does just that. Argonaut is up by 7 with a minute remaining before the half on NorCal Sports TV.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
NorCal Sports TV broadcasting live from Argonaut High School as the Mustangs have just taken a 7-point lead, 14-7 over the Summerville Bears. I'm Levi Flores, along with Justin Flores. Thank you for joining us here tonight. A beautiful Friday night, a little chilly, but just warm enough to be out here live for a football game. Jordan Cribbs, the kick returner, past the 25, and he'll be taken out at the 26. So 74 yards to go for the Summerville Bears. 1 minute, and if there's one thing I know about the Bears, they do not give up. They may make big decisions that could lead to something bad, but they're going to attempt it anyway and try to tie this thing up before the half.
Yeah, they want to wrap it up here in the first half with the ball and a score because they get the ball to start the second half, and so the advantage is to them. But a 13-play, 79-yard drive for the Argonaut Mustangs in 4 minutes, a great series on their last drive to take the lead, and a wonderful game, as you mentioned earlier, not just the game itself and gameplay, but weather-wise, this is the perfect night, perfect type of conditions for football.
Mustangs a little worried as they take a timeout. Still no time off the clock. 1 minute left before the second half.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent.
Argonaut takes a timeout right after the kick return, and the Bears in a different look than what they were showing right before the timeout. Frankenstein from right to left. Leveros rolling to his left, looking to throw over the top, in and out of the hands of Egger as that one drops incomplete, shaving 5 seconds off the clock.
Dangerous. Egger just wanted to grab the ball. That thing, I'm telling you, sometimes Leveros will just beeline that ball. That thing just bounced right off his hand. I actually felt the snap as the ball bounced off Egger's hand from here. Of course, Leveros rolling to his left. He's a right-handed thrower, and he can still put power like that on the ball.
With the incomplete pass, it stops the clock, so the Bears do have a little time to talk about their next play. They get it from the sideline, and they will be back in the pistol formation, but 2 receivers to both sides. Defense showing a 4-man rush and a handoff to Elkins. He gets taken down 2 yards past the line.
Yeah, not much doing there. With the clock running, maybe Summerville's just going to allow the clock to run out, go to halftime, and come back with the ball to start the second half.
Getting the call from the sideline. It is 3rd and long. 30 seconds on the clock. And it does look like they will most likely do that unless they take a deep shot down the field, which that also what it looks like here. Leveros in the gun. 2 receivers both sides and a quarterback keeper to the right, and he finds a big hole and gets out of bounds with 7 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, he's got some extra time on the clock. I'm not sure that play was designed for it to have any extra time on the clock. You know, it was just designed to spread out the defense, give Leveros an opportunity to run with it.
And still no chains have been moved yet. Penalty flag on the ground at the 28-yard line. And the Bears come back as if that will be against them. Still waiting for the official call, and it will be a hold against the Bears. Replay third down, and it's going to be 3rd and 16. And at this point, I assume that they'll just take a knee and send it to the half.
Yeah, nothing like having a nice big run like that negated on a play like that with still 7 seconds, an opportunity to say, all right, let's try it again. It's a tough one.
Leveros comes out for him, and he will be in the gun.
Don't put anything past Coach Leveros.
Time will expire there for the end of the first half. Our score, the Argonaut Mustangs 14, the Summerville Bears 7 on NorCal Sports TV.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
All right, I'm just going to stand up.
Tonight, your Argonaut High School cheerleaders are performing their Halloween routine inspired by The Purge.
Emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Blessed be our new founding fathers. During the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun.
Meeting new people, making new friends.
The games, I love playing games here.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the
Beautiful
chills? I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
High school football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
Hello, Bears fans. The Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you. Sindelar Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Caldera, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
Yeah, too much chatter.
Second half just about to start off. The Argonaut Mustangs 14 to the Summerville Bears 7. And it is October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can see the cheerleaders with the pink pom-poms. Whether it's October or not, we know that families are struggling with breast cancer, and we are always aware that there are families struggling. So our hearts go out to all you families.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every family has been affected, or at least neighborhoods. People know somebody. And it's when they started October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that was pretty massive. And to this day, we just consider and think about those who have passed on, who went to heaven before us, and those who are currently struggling, those who are also victorious in battling and going through it, including our own Aunt Jeanette, who is part of our family, who is still alive today and a survivor.
Second half, 2 minutes away from starting. Let's do a recap of the first half. The Summerville Bears were the first team to score. They took a while to get down the field, but eventually they did it.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, each team came out on their first possession and had a difficult time, trying to feel for each other out. They both came out and had to eventually, give it up to the other team. But striking first, Summerville, 8 plays, 50 yards, a PAT good, gave them a 7-0 lead. Argonaut then responded with 6 plays, 69 yards, starting from their 31 to tie it up at 7. And then in the second quarter, after a back and forth, Summerville, 16 plays, had to turn it over on downs deep in their own territory. It was an unfortunate situation. Argonaut then from their own 21 went 13 plays, controlled the clock, 79 yards, eventually a nice pass for 29 yards, putting it in the end zone, taking the lead 14-7. Summerville tried to make a little razzle-dazzle things happen in the final minute of the second quarter before coaches said, let's just go to the halftime, make some adjustments, because Summerville is getting the ball here to start the second half.
Absolutely, and Summerville, even though they are down 7 points, are playing a fantastic game. They're making the plays that they need. They're getting the first downs they had. They attempted 2 fourth down conversions. They got one with a 4th and 1 quarterback sneak by Braylon Leveros. The other one, Leveros, he went back looking to pass, decided to take it himself, and that was the one that they turned it over deep in the Mustang territory, which ended up being a Mustang touchdown after he couldn't convert there. So that's where we're at right now, as the Mustangs are up by 7, but with the Summerville Bears getting it back, couldn't score before the end of the first half. How do you think they will respond after that 29-yard touchdown pass from Argonaut, now with almost unlimited time?
Right, yeah, they're going to get the ball here. They want to continue to play the game they have been. Any adjustments will probably be made on the defensive end to stop some of that razzle-dazzle that Argonaut likes to do with all the mismatches and miscues and going counter. Right now, Summerville just needs to stay on the game that they're doing, because they know that they can march downfield and take as much time as you said they might need and can put it in the end zone. They've shown they can do that. They've had a couple of big plays. And tonight, both teams showing players that we hadn't seen before, from Slater and number 44 Flores for Argonaut. So both teams have some depth in their chart and on the team roster, and we're actually seeing the game we thought we were going to see when we started this broadcast. Argonaut right now just on top.
During the halftime, if you stayed to watch the cheerleaders, the Argonaut cheerleaders went out on the field. They had a white uniform team versus a black uniform team, and the white uniform team won a battle, and we'll see if that can translate to the field where the white uniformed Summerville Bears can take the victory in the second half. Jordan Cribbs with a beautiful return there down to the 36-yard line.
Spoken by a true Summerville alum in Levi Flores, who went to school for Summerville and wants to see Summerville win at all costs. Yeah, nice run back by Cribbs, right? He broke a few tackles, had some open field, and got, my goodness, 26 yards on that run as he took it from the 10.
Live right now on NorCal Sports TV, Monte Vista at Amador Valley, as well as Modesto at Turlock. If you want to see more high school football, those are live right now. Or if you want to stay here and watch this game with us, you can watch those on demand on NorCalSportsTV.com or our YouTube channel at NorCal Sports TV.
One of the best things I did was subscribe to the NorCal Sports TV YouTube channel. I get notifications every time something new pops up, because even over the weekends or during the week, you might see a volleyball game, a college football game, anything that Dion I from NorCal Sports TV might be able to broadcast, he's going to be on it.
And speaking of college football, tomorrow, if you are subscribed and you have those notification bell icon tuned in, you can join us at Modesto Junior College against West Hills Coalinga at 6 p.m., or you could join all the way in Chabot College in the Bay as they face off against the City College of San Francisco. Slater running it to the right side, and he's close to a first down. Logan Slater, this is the first time I believe we've said his name through this season on NorCal Sports TV, and he's making a strong statement on this offensive side. One more look at it here.
Yeah, the quick little toss from Leveros. They've already ran this play once before, and they had just about as much success, and they got it again on the Argonaut defense.
First down for him from the 47. Leveros alone in the backfield. Here is the options that they have. He can either run it themselves or look for a receiver, and he's trying to find Cribbs off that left side, and he does. A 5-yard pass in the air, but in total, 13 yards to gain.
What we're seeing so far, the adjustments that were made, they're putting the ball in the air. It may be a short pass, but they're scrambling, they're looking, and they're staying true in their position as you watch in the different lineup there. Even Elkins on that lead tackle that gave that extra second for Leveros to find Cribbs on that outside. Yeah, wonderful play and a couple of first down conversions already in Argonaut territory at the 41.
Alone in the backfield again, Leveros rolling to the right side. He has the speed to beat the defender. A pass to Tremoloni gains them 7 as Leveros is taken down deep in the backfield.
I like the coverage. I like Tremoloni, how he just took the ball, protected it, turned to run. Of course, he was met immediately by a defender, but look what Summerville's doing right now, as they've always tried to run in a balanced offense right now. Throw.
And Leveros was actually beating that defender, and that's really hard to do as a quarterback because you still have to look and scan the field for possible options. You can't just run and expect to throw the ball and have a receiver catch it, but Leveros was able to do both there. Elkins, a big hit after a gain of about 4. You heard the pads cracking all the way up in the booth.
I like how they're just taking this guy in motion and just tossing the ball to him. Not quite a shovel pass, but it's definitely an intended give and kind of going counter. Trying to throw off the defense. The defense that time, though, we're sniffing that one out.
Offense taking their time, everyone in their respective positions, but changing up the play call from the sideline. And flags down on the field. We'll see what the call is here. Nothing was happening. And a false start on the Bears, and nobody was even lined up.
Interesting.
A little confused on the play call there when the line is set. That's when you usually call the false start, but no, everyone was still trying to get to their positions. 2nd and 12 now for the Bears. We'll see what their option is. Slater left to right, and that's going to be too many men in motion as Leveros had a keeper up the left side.
Yeah, I like how Summerville's coming out doing a little something different. They're trying to line up similar to Argonaut that time, though. Obviously, 2 guys jumping before the snap. Everybody saw that one.
So 2 penalties in a row. You see him off that left side, the trips. Frankenstein thought it was him at the last second after Slater went. And that's what the call was. 2nd and long for him. Trips to the left side. Dean Tremoloni alone on his right. Leveros rolling left. Looking to throw, in some trouble, taking it himself. He gains about 2. But they need a lot more to go for a first.
He had plenty of time to look downfield, just the defensive coverage fades back there. But I'll tell you, if it wasn't for Elkins and number 75 out there kicking that block and keeping number 21 away to give him that opportunity, Leveros just didn't like what he saw downfield. And that number 75 is Hunter Anderson for Summerville. So both Hunter Anderson and Elkins given Leveros plenty of time to look downfield. But, of course, who was covering down there was number 12 for Argonaut, one of their game players, Phage.
And the player who made the tackle putting Leveros on the ground was actually their quarterback, Bo Davis, too. Play action, Leveros in trouble. The screams from the sideline, and Leveros goes down deep in the backfield.
Yeah, Frankenstein wanted to get that block up front. He missed the block, and, of course, turning around, he had to be really careful not to push that Argonaut defender from behind. That would have been a flag. But right here, Leveros, or Frankenstein, just couldn't quite get to him to get that block. That was up to him, but number 22 coming in for that tackle, Max. Can't read the name there.
Max
number 22.
McCracken.
Yeah, McCracken.
And
so,
Leveros,
great defensive stop.
Leveros looking to punt. He can get this into the Coffers corner if he pleases to. A beautiful snap once again. He does punt, not a fake, rolling a little bit left to right, received inside the 10. And here goes Randy Phage, who's taken down at the 15. And excuse me, that wasn't Phage, that was Colby Eckhart.
A nice tackle, though, by Schnabel, Arian Schnabel for Summerville. Special teams. So the Bears end up going 9 plays on their initial drive here to start the third quarter, and making it maybe 25 yards out before having to cough it up and punt it away. It was a tough series for Summerville, and it is getting chilly, and the temperature is going to start biting here, and this will be where we will see the conditioning of the players who can play in this cold.
The first offensive look of the Mustangs in the second half.
And a counter option. A bread and butter play for the Argonaut Mustangs.
Colby Eckhart there once again. And the stop by number 20 of the Bears.
Notice how the play developed. Looked like a little slow. Quarterback holds the ball up, and he's looking. And then gives to that runner. Totally by design, and Argonaut does a good job in running that play.
A little slower look in the second half. The first half, both teams came out very strong. They were striking hard. They were running a lot, but it was still exciting. They were getting those plays just like this one, barreling through the middle, and no Bear can catch up to him. Colby Eckhart all the way down the field. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Well, when they have struck, they've struck within 1 or 2 plays in a series. That time 2 plays, 84 yards, including the 84-yard run right there for Eckhart, to go up 20-6 here early in the third quarter.
And the extra point attempt is good as well to make it 21-7. Don't go away. The Bears have the ball next.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Argonaut with another touchdown, 21-7 over the Summerville Bears. But the Summerville Bears, they did march down the field on their first possession, but unfortunately coughed it up as they had to punt. But getting the ball back now, looking to bring it back within one possession if they can. One of these teams is going to get their first Motherlode League loss of the season, as this one goes out of bounds, and that's a penalty, so the Bears will have it near midfield as they start their second possession of the second half.
And the winner will have sole possession of first place in the Motherlode League as well. And what Summerville needs to do now is not let this get into their heads. They're down by 2 touchdowns, not let it defeat them. There's still plenty of football to play, and just keep playing their game and don't force anything.
I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. Thank you for joining us at Argonaut High School. It's the second half. If you want to watch other high school sports, you can watch Monte Vista at Amador Valley. That's football. Modesto at Turlock. That's also high school football. You can join them live right now or watch them later on demand at NorCalSportsTV.com or on YouTube at NorCal Sports TV. Bears at the 35. It's Kai Elkins. The dish to Tremoloni. He's trying to find the hole, but the Mustangs caught onto that one. Not the first time, but the second time. That's what they did.
Yeah, the reverse worked for Summerville the first time in the first half. That time, nothing doing.
A strong offensive line hold by number 75, Hunter Anderson, one of the few sophomore players for the Bears. Pitch out to the left side, it's Elkins, and he's taken down in the backfield. 2 defensive stops by the Mustangs, keeping the Bears from going upfield.
Right now, Argonaut's defense is just keying up on just about everything that Summerville's throwing out there. Yeah, that was a great stop for Argonaut there and a good tackle, wrapping them up.
Argonaut saying the ball's going to be in the air, so the Bears possibly looking to pass, and they do. Defensive coordinator correct for the Mustangs as Elkins receives and gets 6.
Short little pass instead of looking long. I like how Leveros kind of looked downfield first, kind of froze the wideouts in their positions a little bit and the linebackers for a second before dishing it off almost like a screen pass to Elkins. And that's how that play has to work. It's designed to work for Leveros to hold the ball just a little longer, looking up and freezing the secondaries of the defense.
The Bears now 4th and 4. They're within 5 yards, so they may try to get the defense to jump off for a free 5. And they actually snap the ball. Here they go. The Bears 4th and 4. Leveros around the outside. He gets a first down and hit out of bounds. That's a huge late hit by the Mustangs, but no flags down on the field. Kind of surprised about that one, to be honest with you.
Seen a couple of players on that sideline taking some hits as the players are running out on both sides, and we're not careful, we could have a serious injury here. You're right. He was already out of bounds, way out of bounds, before that hit came in there. I mean, I'm all for letting players play the game and not getting involved, but the referees are also there to help protect.
Elkins with a carry, and he gets about 1 after the 4th down conversion. Let's talk about that 4th down conversion. 4th and 4, they don't try to get the defense to jump. Not one time did they do a false snap. And then they just go for it. Leveros looking to throw, but he takes it himself, gets the 4 yards, plenty more, and now they find themselves in Mustang territory. 47 yards to go before the end zone, and it's 2nd and 9.
You know, we've gone 5 plays, and we've only moved the ball 16 yards, but it's been a hard 16 yards for Leveros and company.
Elkins to Tremoloni again, and he gets a few extra yards than the previous time.
There's that reverse again, right?
But the play's just not quite working out anymore.
Yeah, it's just not quite developing for him. It's one of those plays where, okay, you might get caught doing it. It's like playing baseball, right? Fastball, 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 and you think, okay, a curveball might be coming. He goes, nope, fastball, fastball, fastball.
Leveros looking to throw again over the middle, and it's caught for the first down, and that is no other than Jordan Cribbs.
Yeah, things are starting to click for the Summerville Bears now. As we saw in their first drive of the second half here, we saw more passing than we saw in the entire first half altogether, and here in this drive, they're looking to throw, and they're actually making some connections, and I like throwing it right in coverage there.
And another beautiful job by the offensive line, keeping the defense from pushing in, and the referee calling for something here on the field.
All right, now Summerville is sort of exposing just in the middle linebacker area, secondary area, that some of those passes when 8 to 10 yards are actually doable for him.
Leveros looking to throw again, nearly hit, and that one goes over the top of Kai Elkins. One more look at that one. You see the defense just dive right through the line. Nearly batted down. Maybe got a fingertip on it, actually, but over the top of Elkins.
And the D-line's getting a quick jump. Reese Wynn, the center, Needs to do just a little better job when he gets that ball in the shotgun to get up to make a block.
Frankenstein from right to left. Leveros taking his time. A pass to Frankenstein, and he gets a few yards on that one. The first time for Frankenstein getting a reception in the games that we have seen here on NorCal Sports TV.
Yeah, that was wonderful. And the offensive line on the snap, and this time, Reese Wynn, I mentioned him just a minute ago, immediately jumping up after that one.
They're only going to give him 2 yards on that one. Forward momentum was stopped about 5 yards, but then by the time, they actually see the play, 2 yards is enough for them. So the Bears, empty backfield, it's only Leveros. And Kai Elkins actually, yes, in the backfield, but also put as a receiver. A keep by Leveros. He's fighting for it.
Yeah, that attempt to spread the defense, wanting to spread the defense so they can maybe take the inside, but that Argonaut defensive line is there. The linebackers, once they saw that Leveros was going to keep it, decided to collapse inside there.
And Leveros had more room to run. He actually hit his own player, Ruben Herrera, mentioned his name a few times, but if it wasn't for him being blocked, then Leveros possibly would have got that first down marker. But the Mustangs are going to call a timeout as the Bears look to go on a fourth down conversion again.
When you are looking for a custom home, Caldera Construction has you covered. From the shores of Lake Tuolumne to the mountain corridor of 108. We have been building custom homes in Tuolumne and Calaveras counties for over 20 years. Along with new home construction, we also do additions, decks, and remodels. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Robert Caldera Construction or our website at rcaldera.com. That's rcaldera.com. And of course, go Bears!
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Summerville Bears in a crucial position as it's 4th and 5. They've gone for it once before, and Leveros took the action and got the first down himself, looking to throw over the middle, and it's caught by Elkins. Another first down on 4th down.
They're exploiting that middle section right now. Summerville's really gaining some success on those middle passes there. Or midfield passes, not middle passes, but midfield passes just beyond the linebacker territory, just before the secondary.
Leveros again, taking it himself, using the ref as a blocker. Another first down and pushed out at the 10.
I guess if you can use it without making it look like you're using it, but at the same time making it look like you're using it, we'll use it, including a ref as a blocker.
Referee is part of the field. You can use him how they want, and there he is. The referee unsure what's happening. And they will mark him down exactly at the 10, so they don't have a lot of room to move. It's 10 yards, but they cannot get another first down, and that's kind of big in this situation. Leveros, quarterback keeper, and he fights for a few yards. It looked like he would be down in the backfield,
yes,
but fought for it very hard.
Yeah, Leveros doesn't go down easy in the backfield. If he can help it, he's not going to, and that was one of those plays that he just says, I'm not going down, gentlemen. I'm moving my feet. You're going to have to stop me. And it was going to take that big man there, number 74, for Argonaut to bring him down. Great offensive series here for the Bears and their 16th play of this current drive.
Slater in motion. Leveros looking to the right side. And he's taken down for a 5-yard loss.
The one thing Leveros has done tonight, and we haven't seen it, and it's really good as long as he doesn't let the emotions get to him, he'll take the hit and take the down if that's what he needs to do. He's not trying to force anything. He's only looking and passing when he sees somebody that's open.
You can see in the replay there was nobody open, looking for Cribbs, looking for Frankenstein. There is no one there for him.
Did you see who tackled him? Bo Davis, the quarterback for Argonaut. So quarterback on quarterback there. That's how it is in high school sports, right? You're going to play both sides of the field. Summerville defense is the same.
3rd and goal from the 15. Kai Elkins from left to right, and he only gets about a yard. But now it's back to 4th down, nearing the 4th quarter. Summerville Bears do take risks, and they may go for the end zone here because that's what they need.
Yeah, they want to make a statement, but you're right. They're going to have to go for end zone. They don't have a chance at a first down with the ball marked.
They have converted both of their previous fourth down conversions.
Ball marked at the 14 because of that loss of yardage. So 14 yards for the 6.
Leveros. Looks like the defense jumped on that one, but nothing called from the referee.
Well, they do have an opportunity to jump back behind the line if they can.
And a timeout by the Bears. 37 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll see what the Bears do next on NorCal Sports TV.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team, is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Hey Bears fans, Sindelar Plumbing, a local family-owned business, is proud to support tonight's Bears football broadcast. If you find yourself needing a plumber, call us first. A simple faucet installation, a new energy-efficient water heater, or a new residential and commercial plumbing project, we will help with them all. With over 20 years of plumbing experience, look no further than Sindelar Plumbing for solutions to all your plumbing needs.
Oh, you think they're going to throw end zone?
21-7, the Bears' fourth down. And just before the break there, you were saying, do you think they're going to throw end zone?
Do you think they're going to throw end zone here? Are we going to go for broke?
To me, it's kind of obvious, yes. But at the same time, it's the Summerville Bears. You never know what they're going to do.
They can get 15 yards on a run easily. They've got plenty of hands out there who can do it. Even now, Slater in the mix.
Elkins, Frankenstein, Slater, Trimmaloney, right side, Cribbs deep on the left. Leveros looking to throw. There's the defense throwing as he's hit. Frankenstein! And no, cannot get the foot in as that one going to be called incomplete. Back to the Mustangs it goes at the 15-yard line.
Watching that live, I do believe he was out of bounds, but we have the wonderful privilege of replay here, and he was out by about a foot.
That right foot of Frankenstein. Still can't believe that he was out, but he's going to go back and watch this one tonight. A little bit slower that time.
Well,
just outside the line. A good call by the referee on that play. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. If the Bears can stop him, it will be up to the fourth quarter to determine who will have that first place seed in the Motherlode League.
Argonaut from their 14 here.
Taken down 2 yards past, so 2nd and 8 for the Mustangs.
So Summerville's had a couple of good series. They just can't punch it in, and that's a difficult thing because that's where you start looking at what could we have done. Well, those series could have resulted in touchdowns, and we could be tied right now getting ready to go into the fourth quarter after having 2 nice big runs. 9 plays the last time and 18 plays and getting within the red zone on that last series, practically controlling the clock the entire third quarter.
Field will be switched. The Mustangs going now from left to right in the fourth quarter. It's NorCal Sports TV.
Our Tree Service is a local family-owned and operated business specializing in meeting fire clearance requirements, hazardous tree removal, and emergency jobs. With over 20 years' experience, our employees are safe, knowledgeable, and professional. Voted 2021's Best of 209 by 209 Multimedia, we're happy to provide our customers with quality work at affordable rates. Proud to offer discounts to veterans. Call today to schedule your free estimate. 209-559-0124. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362. Scott Berner, financial representative of Thrivent, helping you with your insurance and retirement needs. 209-371-9362.
21-7, the Argonaut Mustangs up over the Summerville Bears. The Mustangs just stripping it away from the Bears as they were close to scoring, but a pass from Leveros to Frankenstein found itself 1 foot shy from being a touchdown. Now it's a 2-possession game, 12 minutes left I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. Thank you for joining us at Argonaut High School. If you want more high school football, you can join the Monte Vista at Amador Valley game or the Modesto at Turlock game. Those are live right now on NorCal Sports TV, or you can watch them on demand on NorCalSportsTV.com or on YouTube at NorCal Sports TV.
Well, the Mustangs have been pretty much controlling if they can get to the outside, and Joseph Sanders just did that on that last run, getting 11 yards on first down. And right now the Bears need to get the ball back very quickly, but it's not going to happen if Argonaut's able to control like they're doing right now.
Bo Davis back in control in the pistol. Handoff to Colby Eckhart, and he breaks free again. No Bear can catch him for the second time. Touchdown, Mustangs.
We've seen that a couple of times here tonight. Going option, let's go counter. And somehow slipping right through, and he is so fast by the time he gets to the secondary. He's more of a blur to them at that point. So 3 plays, this time 86 yards, and Argonaut's getting a little tired. It's taking them one extra play to go the extra long for the touchdown.
Bo Davis to hold, and Jesse Flores to kick the PAT. Nearly blocked, but through the uprights to make it 28-7. Now a 3-possession game. We'll see the Summerville Bears offense back out onto the field next.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
28-7. Now the Mustangs up over the visiting Summerville Bears. Let's take a look at that previous possession from Argonaut.
Yeah, they only went and played a couple of plays. They first had an outside run that gave them some room, and then they ended up doing this one right here, which is what they've done 3 times now here tonight, giving it to Eckert, who just somehow slithers right through the middle. The blocking schemes just get them, and once he's past the secondary, they can't turn and burn. He is just so fast. And so within 3 plays, they went to 86 yards to get the touchdown. Of course, their PAT was good, and now up by 3 touchdowns, 28-7.
3 possessions. It's still possible for the Bears to come back. It's a long shot, but we've seen the Bears do some spectacular things. Don't count them out yet. 11 and a half minutes left.
Yeah, they just need to continue to play their game. And remember, we mentioned earlier in this game it was going to be more or less a chess match. And what right now Coach has done for Argonaut is he has found the bread and butter play that just is just somehow exploiting the defense of Summerville. That doesn't mean that their inside defensive line is weak. It's just whatever they're doing offensively, because it's a counter. You know, that quarterback goes up, he turns around, and the runner's, he's running full speed by the time he gets the ball. It's a counter option, and that counter option is just really working for them. We saw that in the JV game, too, that counter option play that they do on the handoff. They love that, and they do it very well, and they're not getting any holding calls, and defense for Summerville just can't catch up with them.
Leveros in the gun. This is one of their throwing options if he decides to do that, and that is exactly what he does. Throwing right side and straight into the hands of the defender. Mateo Flores intercepts it inside the 10, goal line, touchdown Mustangs.
And I was going to say, the one thing that Leveros had been doing in that first 2 series in the third quarter was they were able to pass the ball clean, and he hasn't thrown any interceptions, and I was just about to make that statement when he threw that ball and right into the hands of Flores there waiting.
And there's flags down on the play. No points have been awarded yet. Not sure when the flag came in. I missed it on the field. But as of right now,
I guess it's first down Argonaut.
Possibly a block in the back for Argonaut. I missed the call by the head referee, but they will take away the touchdown, and they will bring it all the way back to the 13-yard line. So the Mustangs, yes, they do get the interception, but now they have to work for the points.
Yeah, what may have happened is a personal foul block in the back or something when it came to the runner going down. Or when he got down just inside the 10, there was kind of a muddle of players, and there may have just been something, a push in the back or something, which is very common. That can happen very quickly. And that personal foul just basically made the ball dead there.
And you see in the background of that view there, Logan Slater getting some coaching advice from one of the other coaches for Summerville. Bears defense there to stop Caleb McElfish.
And right now, Argonaut's going to want that. They're going to take that. They're going to take, a yard or two on these plays right now just to burn a lot of time off the clock. And they're pretty much thinking, we're going to get in there. We're going to get a first down anyway. We're probably going to get the touchdown. They just kind of have that momentum going about them. You might even start seeing some players that haven't got a lot of plays come in there as well. And I'll just watch for a counter option again here.
McElfish right side. He finally gets a few yards. 3rd and long still. The Bears defense now standing strong in the fourth quarter.
You see the quarterback. This time, instead of putting his hands up, turns and looks, and the player's coming toward him.
Excuse me, that was actually Mateo Flores that took that one. And into the game comes Josiah Sanders. And in the first half, Sanders and Flores were switching in and out on the field. They were never on the field at the same time, but they are both big running backs, some of the leading rushers. So be aware of both of those players as Flores is straight behind him, and then Josiah Sanders as that right tight end. But first, the Mustangs will call a timeout with 9 minutes, 41 seconds left on NorCal Sports TV.
School football has a long tradition of sportsmanship, perseverance, and victories. The Junction Shopping Center has a 37-year tradition of providing the Sonora area with everything from groceries to pet supplies, clothing to banking, insurance to shipping, dining to dry cleaning, jewelry to flowers, and everything in between. The Junction Shopping Center supports Sonora Wildcat and Summerville Bears football.
This broadcast of Summerville Bears football is brought to you by Robert Caldera Construction, The Peppery, Sindelar Plumbing, Sindelar Tree Service, Caldwell Insurance Services, James Roberson Construction, Benton Roberson CPAs, the Bears Quarterback Club, Edward Jones Financial Advisors of Tuolumne County, Scott Berner Thrivent Financial Services, the Junction Shopping Center, KHB Construction, Scott's Distributing, and the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Summerville made a quick defensive adjustment, which caused Argonaut to call a timeout, and Argonaut comes out swinging.
The Mustangs get into the end zone after fumbling all the way through. It's Mateo Flores for another 6 points. The junior running back. It's not a game, it's therapy, as it says up on the scoreboard. Mateo Flores. You see this 1, 2, 3, 4, and his players just helping him. His players
dragged him in. This time 3 plays, 17 yards for the Mustangs, now in control of this game. And again, Summerville, prior to the break, Summerville had come out and made some adjustments defensively immediately against Argonaut as they took out Eckhart and brought in a couple players. And Rick Davis, coach of Argonaut, called a timeout, made some adjustments himself, and there it was.
34-7, and Flores looking to add an extra one, and a little too early off the snap is Kyle Curran. So the Mustangs will go half the distance to the goal, and they have another shot. And I'm not even sure about that play. Bo Davis is the holder, and he actually got up fairly quickly after the ball was snapped. He either saw Curran coming from the left side, or it was a designed two-point conversion play.
Yeah, with a commanding lead the way they do and the way they kick it, I'm just thinking that was just a missed snap, and they saw that the player was coming in, but...
And Flores this time good to make it 35-7. 9.5 minutes remaining. The Bears offense still to take the field again in the fourth quarter.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, you know, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
Butter, I know.
Argonaut 35 now over the Summerville Bears 7. The Bears making very strong offensive stances. They're going out there, they're making the plays, they're getting down the field, but they're just unable to get the ball into the end zone. That previous one, Leveros, a very odd play for him as he threw it straight into the hands of the defender. I'm not sure if he saw something that we couldn't, or if it was just a bad pass that resulted in an interception, nearly a pick six, finally called back for a block in the back. But now Bears back out there with 9.5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Not sure if they could go back on top, but what matters now, because it is league, is to focus on what to do against their upcoming opponent, Calaveras, and then after that, Sonora.
Yep. And, continue to play your game here with 9.5 minutes to go. It's not time to give up. We got to continue to play. This is a Mother Lode League matchup. These are the two top teams right now undefeated in league, and they came out swinging. They've both played other teams and had similar outcomes to the other teams' games as far as wins and even tough losses against big teams. And Argonaut tonight, just with that inside run with Eggert, has just been really successful. And here's one of those little quick shovel passes, and that didn't work for him this time. Argonaut's really starting to pick up on every play that Summerville runs. And we were mentioning earlier, we have a few folks that are here filming for the teams and all, and they heard me talking about how, man, Eckhart, every time he gets in that center and goes through, and the young gals here from the school say, well, that's what he does every time. And so if you're able to close that gap on him, if Summerville had been able to close that gap on those 3 touchdowns, you take away 21 points, you're still at 7-14. And you look at Summerville's 3 huge stints in which they went 18 plays, they had 9 plays, they had 12 plays. They have controlled the clock. I think Summerville has actually had the ball longer offensively than Argonaut.
Looking up at Argonaut's next games, they only have 2 more as well. They will play Sonora next, and then they will play Amador. So you look at it, Argonaut playing Sonora next week, and then Summerville, who plays Calaveras, then Sonora. And we already know, we talked about it in the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp pregame, that Amador, who is usually one of those big powerhouses, as well as Calaveras and Sonora, they don't do as well this season. So they're going to play Sonora, who is going to be what Summerville looks at as they will head to Sonora in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. And with Sonora coming into the Mother Lode League a number of years ago and running their Wildcat offense, they've always been kind of a powerhouse in the Mother Lode League, since they've been here. The one thing Sonora has as an advantage, this is a bye week for them. And so I'm sure coaches are here and scoping out the game and watching how Argonaut plays.
It's a very good decision by the coach who's watching this Argonaut team. You could watch them on film all you want. You could watch them this way, that way. But being live and actually seeing what they're doing in person and how they are getting past the defense and what the defense is doing to the offense, that's what really matters, and that will take effect when Argonaut plays Sonora next week. Here's Trim Maloney, who gets about 5 yards, and another big late hit.
We're seeing it a lot here tonight, and the refs have done nothing about it. We actually watched that in the JV game, too. We saw a couple late hits on the sideline.
Tremoloni was a little early on that one, and you see him, he was clearly out of bounds, and a big hit by the defense.
Oh, what we got to do now is just hope that nobody gets hurt, that Summerville continues to play their game, be strong, and nobody get hurt.
Leveros and the rest of the team looking to the sideline to Coach Wynn. Wynn is the line coach. Leveros puts Frankenstein in motion. 4 receivers to the left side. Elkins blocking. Leveros, a flick pass over the top, in and out of the hands of a defender as it falls incomplete, and that will turn over on downs for another Mustang first down.
Yeah, that's a heartbreak for Summerville because that was right in the hands, as you said, to Elkins, and it didn't look like the ball was thrown that hard, but it was thrown right where it needed to be, and just I'm not sure Elkins was actually prepared to see that. You know, playing with Leveros sometimes almost like playing with Magic Johnson. If you're not careful, you might have Spalding across your forehead because I think he saw Elkins open. I don't think Elkins realized how open he was.
As the play happened, I actually thought it was a defender that got his hands on it. I didn't even see Elkins close to him. But Mustangs get it back inside Bear territory. 8.5 minutes remaining.
And what we're going to expect to see from Argonaut right now is the ball will remain on the ground. They're going to play the inside game. They're probably going to run that counter, and they're just going to play the game they have been, and they're going to want the clock to run down and just control the clock.
Colby Eckhart on the right side of Davis. He will act as a blocker on this one as another handoff up the gut, and this time it's Caleb McElfish, and he's finally taken down. Ball's on the ground, but they're going to say he's down at the 20.
So it's not just Eckhart's speed that's able to blast him to get into the secondaries. It's really just a blocking scheme of that offensive line. Look at that. You'll see a block here. If they didn't take out Burciaga on that, Burciaga would have probably had him at the line. I don't know if you could see that. Literally every player of the offensive line of Argonaut knows where they are. They keep their arms inside. They don't extend to get the hold. And that time they took out Burciaga, who was coming in from the side, who would have grabbed that runner where he ran. But nothing doing, as the Argonaut offensive line deserves a lot of credit because they're the ones opening up the holes for these runners.
Randy Fage is out on the left side as a receiver. And Argonaut taking their time, waiting for the clock to count down.
Yeah, they just want to control the clock here, get the night over with.
Hand off to Sanders. And Sanders up the gut, bobbing and weaving left and right, eventually finding a hole down to the 15.
You know, Summerville's defense right now just needs to stay focused and play their game. Continue to not try to make anything happen necessarily. But when you have one player who's not going to stay in his position and in his line, you're going to get an open field there. And I just hope they don't get discouraged and try to make something happen like they're, getting outside their positions.
Fage back out as the wide out on the left side. Davis taking his time.
Yeah, coaches are telling him to wind down that play clock. You'll watch the back judge will start to wave his hands at 5 seconds, and then they get set. There's 5, 4, 3.
Caleb McElfish fighting his way down inside the 5.
It's the counter run, and those offensive linemen, they just follow behind him. That's number 44, who is Mateo Flores.
Mateo Flores and Caleb McElfish right there, but McElfish making the block
it's
instead.
The way the offense is designed. You don't know sometimes who gets it if you're not really paying attention, and the quarterback really does a good job of protecting that ball, which gives that extra jump off the line, because once they realize who has the ball, by that time the defense, oh no, there he goes. And so here they are now with their 4th play of the drive, the longest drive of plays they've had since the first quarter. And again, they'll watch that back judge who is set up right there on the where the crossbar is there, the field goal. And as soon as you see him start waving out, there's 5, 4.
And another handoff. This time it's McElfish, and he's good for another touchdown.
So in 4 plays, running at 39 yards and controlling the clock. Right now, what that inside running game is doing for them, I mean, that was just a fullback dive is all that was. And you got to give a lot of props to that offensive line of Argonaut for opening up those holes for those runners.
Flores with the boot, and that one's good as well to make it 42-7, 6 minutes left. We'll see if the Bears want to tack on some points or what their plan is on the offensive end right after this on NorCal Sports TV.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was really fun.
(42-7) as the Bears will get the ball back with 6 minutes remaining on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. If you want to watch more high school football, Monte Vista, Amador Valley, and Modesto at Turlock also happening now. Jordan Cribbs with the kick return to the 30.
It's a good 20-yard run for Cribbs. We want Summerville to continue to stay positive. I mean, we could be literally watching the new Motherlode League champs, the Argonaut Mustangs, who haven't been and had a Motherlode League champ in quite some time. They still have to face a tough Sonora team. Summerville, of course, their first defeat in league doesn't mean anything more than the fact that they just lost a Motherlode League game. You know, they're still going to leave this one at 1-1 with a few games left in the season and looking forward to possibly the postseason.
Leveros back in the pistol. Handoff up the gut, and believe that was number 24, Arian Schnabel, and it was the first time we've seen him in an offensive position.
Yeah, and he goes 7 yards. I'm telling you, the depth chart of Summerville, they can move the ball. I mean, they did move the ball. They had a lead. They were up 7-0. They scored and struck first.
A few yards more to go for the first. Schnabel will stay in as the running back.
I think it's great for players like this, like Schnabel being a sophomore. He still has 2 more years of football to play. Next year, he's going to be on the first team, and we will be looking at him a year from now. So it's kind of nice that they get the ball now, and you're looking at a sophomore out there running against some of these big seniors that are out there.
5 sophomores on the roster for the Bears, and when you look at Argonaut, who has been dominating all season, they have 2 sophomores and 14 juniors, and how high school football works, when you have players come in, you only maybe have 3 years with them. Sometimes you have 4 if they're really good, but we may see another dominant year next year for Argonaut with those 14 juniors, although a lot of their skill players aren't in that junior section. They're seniors, so we won't see the return of them, and the juniors and sophomores will have to take the role and then have that same team.
Yeah, you know what, though? And if you just stay with the coach's program and totally follow through and just, run the game and play the game as the coaches have designed it, you got to believe in it. And they obviously have a coaching staff in Rick Davis that the team says, hey, we believe you, coach. And they're actually getting some success and playing some big games against teams and doing some things. I'm sure they're just sitting there going, wow, that worked. Big 4th down here for Summerville.
They've converted twice on 4th down, looking to do it again. Elkins. Handoff to Schnabel, and he's met in the backfield, and he can't get anything, so another turnover, giving it back to the Mustangs. And at the very end of that play, very interesting to see Schnabel actually dish it to Leveros, trying to keep the play alive if he can.
One of the things right now both coaches want to do, even though they're out there playing, telling their teams, hey, you play it through. You finish this thing off until the bell rings. You don't want any injuries either. You don't want any last-minute heroics. You don't want to try to do something. And the emotions in the players, which can be a difficult thing sometimes. No fights, no penalties. Don't get into a shouting match. Watch your words. We've seen that too often in sports these days, and it's so easy to try to emulate what you're watching in the professional sports. And you want to remember that you are a student-athlete playing for your school, representing the mother lode, and you want to go out with class. And so I'm sure coach is saying, hey, play hard, but let's not create something or do something that's going to possibly get somebody hurt here tonight.
New quarterback in the game for the Mustangs, number 32, Braden Welch, also a senior quarterback standing at 5'10". He will let the time tick off as well.
Yeah. They're watching the back judge, who is now given the 5-second signal.
Run to the right side, gain of about 2. And what seems for the Mustangs offense as a gain of nothing is actually a gain of about 2 or 3 yards, which is really good. You see it here. The line pushes forward so much that when he actually hits the line,
they're already
gains
moving
2
forward.
yards.
Yeah.
And it's pretty incredible for the Argonaut Mustangs to push through defensive lines like that and make so much room that they could be tackled what seems like the backfield, like I said,
sure,
but actually be
and that's
forward
coaching.
Progress.
That's coaching. O-line coach out here, we got to chalk it up and give him the props, because he's the one that's out there telling the guys, if you stay in your position and you do this, you're going to give the guys who do have the ball an opportunity. But O-lines win games. We've seen that in so many football games in the past. Those O-line guys, if they're not doing what they're doing, they're not going to give you the hole so that you can do what you need to do. And this is just one of those teams that just stays solid no matter who's in there.
Quarterback keeper getting a run. Braden Welch. Under a minute remaining now. The Mustangs just trying to finish off the game. Next week, the Summerville Bears, we've talked about it before, they're taking on the Calaveras Big Red at home. Their first home game since all the way back in September 10th to be exact. They played Houston and lost by 2 at home. Finally, after 4 away games, they will be back at home playing Calaveras. And you can watch that right here on NorCal Sports TV.
Looking forward to it. I'm sure they're going to be happy to be back home. There it is.
That'll tick the time down to zeros. We will have the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp postgame show in just a minute right here on NorCal Sports TV.
Roberson Construction brings a can-do attitude to every aspect of a construction project, making dreams a reality for its customers. The Roberson team is made up of professionals who know how to make the construction process a positive experience. Roberson Construction focuses on quality and integrity to maximize results and minimize stress. Whatever your construction needs, a remodel, new home, commercial project, consider Roberson Construction. You can find us locally and on Facebook or Instagram. We look forward to listening to you.
NorCal Sports TV broadcasting live from Argonaut High School. The Argonaut Mustangs have just defeated the Summerville Bears 42-7. I'm Levi Flores along with Justin Flores. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to take a look at what happened during this game and what led to the Mustangs' huge victory.
So Summerville had the ball for 36 total plays in the second half to Argonaut's less than 10. Summerville had the ball most of the quarters. They had opportunities. They had massive movement. Yes, they may have lost the game on points, but my goodness, if you go 18 plays and you march it down nearly 70 yards to try to punch it in and just can't get there and can't finish off, yes, of course you want to finish it off, but they played a very tough Argonaut team, but they did play them actually pretty well. Score represents a lot. Of course, Argonaut had some big runs. They were able to put up points within 2 plays, but I'll tell you, Summerville really had some ample opportunities, and I'm sure when they go back and look at the tape, coaches will find those positive things to say, hey, guys, stick in there, keep doing what you're doing. You've had some big plays. Burciaga had some big tackles. We had a good player in Logan Slater tonight. More options showed up for Summerville. So the teams that they're going to be playing here for the rest of the Motherlode League better look out because the Bears are actually gunning.
Absolutely. Once again, they're going to play Calaveras next week at Thorstead Field, home of the Summerville Bears. And then their final game of the season, October 29th, at Sonora, the crosstown rivalry. That's going to be a big one.
So 3 games in a row on the road, back home for 1, then back on the road. 5 of their last 5 games, 4 of them on the road. Summerville has been away from home a long time, and that's a tough schedule.
And that'll do it for us here at Argonaut High School. Final score 42-7 for Justin Flores, our producer Dion I, and the rest of our crew. I'm Levi Flores saying see you next time on NorCal Sports TV.